Good afternoon, gentlemen of the press. We are happy to have you today. We all seated here today are members and executive of Obitugbo community. My name is Justice Akuyoma. I am the chairman of the community. Seated with me here are the elders of the community, the executive of the community, and the youth leaders of the community. This is a communique reached by the people of Obitugbo community. I will read and I will hand it over to you people. A rejoinder. His Excellency Dr. Senator Ifeanyi Ato Okowa, Executive Governor of Delta State, Government House, Asaba, Delta State. Your Excellencies, read. Illegal and unlawful handing over of vast expanse of land belonging to Oghara, located at Otegbu, which the Shekiri call Obitugbo, village to the Nigerian Army, by His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atuwase III, the Olu of Warri Kingdom. Rejoinder by Obitugbo community. The attention of Obitugbo community in Warri North Local Government Area of Delta State has been drawn to a publication on page 23 of the Vanguard newspaper of 7th April 2022. With the above caption by the Oghara Traditional Council, this publication was carried in other media, both main and social, and followed by press conference by Olu of Warri and its chiefs. In the said publication and press conferences, the Oghara Traditional Council firstly laid claim to ownership of Obitugbo, which the Oghara people call Otegbu, and Ajagbodudu, both Ishekiri communities in Warri North Local Government Area of Delta State, under the overlordship right of the Majesty, of His Majesty Ogiame Atuwase III, the Olu of Warri. Obitugbo is an Ishekiri community founded by Iyashere Egaragbemi, who lived there with his wives, children, and domestics. Iyashere Egaragbemi eldest son, called Dandan, took control and management of the land and settlement on behalf of his brothers and sisters, which he expanded to accommodate other immigrants. His descendants exercised many acts of possession and ownership over Obitugbo land, and is still inhabited to this day by his descendants. The community have over the years leased portion of Obitugbo land to companies and individuals, ranging from the lease granted to Dumaze Nigeria Limited in 1976 to Toya Holdings Limited and others. No part of Obitugbo land has been litigated upon to judgment in favor of Oghara people in any case between Oghara and Obitugbo people. The only case in court is at the instance of the Obitugbo people, who are the claimant. It is suit number S/29/2001, Abel Igoki and 3 others, for themselves and on behalf of Dandan family of Obitugbo, versus 1. Presco Nigeria Limited, 2. Edema Atikpepe and 3 others, for themselves and on behalf of the Ogariki people in Ethiopia West Local Government of Delta State. The genesis of the case is stated below. In the year 2001, in the year 2001, the Obitugbo community noticed the encroachment on its land by Presco Nigeria Limited. Upon investigation, it became clear that the Oghara people purportedly gave the land to Presco Nigeria Limited. The Obitugbo people had to institute an action against Presco Nigeria Limited and the Oghara people for a declaration of title, trespass, and injunction. In the suit cited above, the Obitugbo people claim, amongst others, in their amendment statement of claim, the following reliefs. 1. as against all the defendants jointly and severally, a declaration that the plaintiff are rightful owner entitled to a customary right of occupancy in and over all that piece or parcel of land lying and situate at Obitugbo near Koko in the Warri North local government area of Delta State. The exact extent and demarcation of the land, of the said land, will be more particularly demarcated in a survey plan to be filed with statement of claim. 4. As against second to fifth defendant, the Oghara people, an order of permanent injunction restraining the defendant, their agent, servant, previous, or any other person claiming through them from erecting shanties, signposts, and or felling plaintiff rubber trees growing luxuriantly on the land, and or destroying plaintiff houses existing therein, or in any other way interfering with the plaintiff right of possession in and over the land in dispute, situate at Obitugbo in Warri North local government area of Delta State. On 1st November 2007, the Obitugbo community obtained an order of interlocutory injunction against Presco Nigeria Limited and the Oghara people, restraining them for further trespass on the Obitugbo land. Part of the orders reads: the first to fifth defendant, respondent, their servants, agent, previous, and whosoever are hereby restrained by way of interlocutory injunction from further trespassing on Obitugbo land by planting survey pillars on the said land, which constitute continuing trespass on Obitugbo land. The first to fifth defendant, respondent, their agent, servant, previous, and whosoever are hereby restrained by way of interlocutory injunction for further entering and clearing bushes in and around Obitugbo village, erecting shanties, destroying houses, felling rubber tree growing luxuriantly on the said land. Frustrated by the grant of the interlocutory injunction, the Oghara people appealed to the Court of Appeal and brought an application for stay of proceeding pending the hearing and determination of the appeal. The application for stay of proceeding was granted on 23/6/2008. Since the lodgment of the appeal, the Oghara people went to sleep and abandoned the appeal. 6. For the avoidance of doubt, Obitugbo land is bounded in the north by Osiomo River, in the south by Benin River, in the east by Ajagbodudu, and in the west by Koko. 7. The presence of Ovie of Oghara and its chief at Obitugbo on the 5th of April 2022 in the name of a protest is in contempt of order of injunction made against them on the 1st day of November 2007. To with the first to fifth defendant, respondent, Presco Nigeria Limited, and Oghara people, their agents, servant, previous, and whosoever are hereby restrained by way of interlocutory injunction from further entering and clearing the bushes in and around Obitugbo village. 8. In this regard, we have instructed our solicitor, let me repeat, in this regard, we have instructed our solicitor to commence committal proceeding against the Ovie of Oghara and his chief for disobedience of lawful court order. I will repeat again. We have given an instruction to our lawyer to immediately commence a committal proceeding against the Ovie of Oghara and his chiefs for disobedience of a lawful court order. 9. The site for the proposed University of Warri as well as other institutions in Obitugbo are on land owned by Obitugbo community. The Olu of Warri, His Majesty Ogiame Atuwase III, is the overlord of all the Shekiri land and has therefore done nothing wrong by consenting to the wish of his subject on land under his overlordship right. In the publication under reference by the Oghara Traditional Council, it was alleged that the Shekiri people failed and or refuse to make any submission to the Delta State Boundary Commission, whereas the Oghara people did, nothing can be far from the truth. The Shekiri communities of Obitugbo and Ajagbodudu, as well as Warri North Local Government Council, made their position paper to the Delta State Boundary Commission. 11. It may further interest Your Excellency that while parties were still before the Boundary Commission, the Oghara people on the 19th day of June 2014 instituted suit number HCH/38/2014, Chief William Usabo and others, for themselves and on behalf of the people of Oghara of Etiop West Local Government Area of Delta State, versus Delta State Government and others. The defendants in the case were: 1. His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atuwashe II, the Olu of Warri, for himself and on behalf of the Shekiri people. 2. Lawrence Kubenje. 3. Gabriel Igoki. 4. Mr. Francis Eruwa, for themselves and on behalf of Obitugbo community. The suit relates to boundary adjustment between Etiop West and Warri North Local Government and trespass. 12. When they saw the futility of the exercise, the Oghara people abandoned the suit in court after only one's appearance and had to be struck out early this year for lack of diligent prosecution on the part of the Oghara people after over 8 years in court. Conclusion. Your Excellency, we implore you to discountenance the vituperation of the Oghara people. It is a storm in a teacup. The issue raised are clear. Ownership of land. Issue of ownership of land can only be determined by competent law court. The Obitugbo people are conscious of this. That is why they have approached the law court on these issues. Administrative boundary between Etiop West and Warri North local government areas. The Oghara people had been to court with the Delta State government and Obitugbo people. Stated above and their case struck out. All they are trying to do now is to resort to violence to get what they could not get in court. That is where Your Excellency as Chief Security Officer of the state will come in. The Oghara people should be made to follow the rule of law and not violence as they threaten in the various media outlets. However, we must state that in the unfortunate event of any attack on our people, we hold it a duty to defend ourselves. Be that as it may, as peace-loving people, it is our desire and earnest prayer for a peaceful and prosperous Delta State, where the rule of law prevails over brute force. May God bless Delta State. We have as well copied all relevant security agents and government agents. We have copied the Office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Nigerian Army Headquarters, Abuja, the Commanding Officer, Nigerian Army, Koko, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Federation, Abuja, the Chairman, Warri North Local Government Council, Koko, Delta State, Director General, State Security SSS, State Security Service, Abuja, Director General, State Security Service, Asaba, Delta State House of Assembly, Asaba, Delta State House of Assembly, Delta State, Honorable Fred Martins, Asaba, the Inspector General of Police, Abuja, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 5, Benin City, Edo State, the Commissioner of Police, Delta State Police Command. As this conclusion, we want to thank you, members of the press, for giving us this audience to say our own part of that aggressive protest or that shameful protest carried out by the Ovio of Oghara. We thank you all for coming.